Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. My name is Ruel Gaviolo. Welcome, friends. Good to see you all here. Hope you're having a good day. My day is just getting started here. It's almost 9 a.m. Pacific Coast time. And I got up a little while ago and jumped in here. I was doing some work and I realized, at the start of the month, I like to do these wrap ups where I talk about the games I've played over the previous month. And I was like, wait, it's November 3rd. I want to do this on the 1st, but all of a sudden it's the 3rd. What are you going to do? But thank you for joining me today. Want to say hi to Legends DM. Aloha. Hello, Giggles. Good to see you here. Corthane, Legends DM. Oh, I just said Legends DM. Harness, yo, what's up? Beyond 13. Beyond Dead 13. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you here. Yeah, Brad Beard Games in here as well. James and Slivers. Thank you, friends. Appreciate it. Um, yeah, what I want to do, or what I am doing, trying to do every month is I'm following the lead of my friend Rahdo. So he does these things. He wraps up the games that he's played over the previous month. And I was doing it for a while, just in chronological order. Like I would start at like the previous month's, like the final day or whatever, and then or the first day of the month, and work my way to the end of the month. But I want to take follow his lead as far as I'm going to rank the games that I played. So from the least to the most liked. And I can honestly say that, the games that I play during the month, I mean, I typically don't come across a game that I really, really hate. That's by design. Number one, the games that I play off camera, obviously with Michelle or Lauren or whoever, my buddy Daryl or some, whoever I meet up with. Those that's precious time, right? Your time off, and I'm going to play games that I enjoy. And now, as far as content creation comes along, I'm fortunate to be in the position where I can say no to certain things. So in the past, years ago, and even like when we started streaming, there were games that I said yes, yeah, we'll create content, or I agreed to write an article or do a podcast or whatever, and they weren't always my favorite games, and they didn't live up to what I felt like they should be. But now that I'm in a position where I can actually say no, so most of the games that I'm getting in nowadays for content creation are, I can usually tell if it's going to jive with me or not. So um, when I rank these games, and we'll go over them as we go down the list here. But for the most part, I don't have any games that I really dislike, which is very fortunate. Silver says, I also pre-filter the games I choose to play to try to have the most fun experience. Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to is, as long as you have fun, you're looking for those games that, okay, yeah, like for me personally, and I've talked about this plenty of times before, social deduction, normally not my jam. But you're going to be surprised. One of these games on this list, spoiler alert, is a social deduction game, and I actually enjoyed it. And again, I always have my hesitation, but going into something beforehand, going to read the rule book or at least get a general sense of it, maybe watch a video or something. And also with social deduction games, I find definitely it depends on the crowd you're with, the players you're with. I find that they usually work best with people who played these type of games before, and that's tough because as first time gamers, at least for me personally, first time playing social deduction, it doesn't always jive with me, so it just depends. Let's see. James is making tea and work lurk. Oh yeah, James, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. I hope your tea is a tasty cup of tea. I need to hydrate already. Okay. So, excuse me, friends. So, yeah, this is Ruel's wrap up ranking 29 games I played in October. Let's jump right into it, shall we? Let me share this screen. Which screen am I sharing? Is it this one? Okay. Where's it? Oh, okay, here it is. So, my number 29 game that I played this month is, or this last month, is Candyland. Yes, Michelle and I played Candyland, friends. And ooh, let me try this. Hey, maybe this will work. Yeah. Um, Candyland is the classic children's game. We've probably all played it. You draw a card and then you move your little gingerbread person up to the castle. First one to the castle wins. We played a variant, which if I've never played the game, I think it's called Carthania, where you have a hand of cards and you It's more of a hand management game. You're going to choose which color to go to, and then you have 3 actions per turn. You can either do that, or you can go backwards as many spaces as you want to land on the space with other meeples. And if other meeples there, then you draw that number of cards, like up to 3, I believe. So in this variant, you have to pull some meeples from like Carcassonne or whatever. Each player gets 6, and then the first player to get all 6 of their meeples to the castle wins. Yeah, I was. Oh yeah, Slivers also brings a great point. Don't knock on Candyland until you read why it was created and what it was used for. Yes, so this I believe the story is it was created for children in hospitals. I don't know if it was like if they're suffering from polio, excuse me, or another ailment. But yeah, they create it for kids so they can play games during the hospital and take their minds off of what they're going through. So yeah, again, the game is ranked 3.2 on BGG. I would totally, with the variant, I would totally rank it a minimum 5, if not even 6. Well, 5.5. I don't know. Much more playable than it is. Again, for children, of course, you just play it straight up as the rules have it, and it's a fine children's game. But this makes it much more palatable, I believe the word is, for adults. So that was our number 28 game at Candyland. So I was trying to do this fancy stuff where I move back and forth and between banners here. A little more work on my end, but it's all good. It's fun. I'm learning from my friend Rahdo, taking his lead as far as making things look fancy here, fancier on screen. Let's see. My next game, number 28, is Echoes the Cocktail. Now, we're talking about social deduction games. This one's more of a just straight deduction game. Not really my jam. I was fortunate to fly out to Florida to hang out with the Dice Tower crew. We did this game as part of the Autumn Spectacular, where they live stream for like 3 straight days. And they took breaks at night, but it was 3 full days of live streaming. This was one of the games that I got to play. I got to play with Tom Vassell and Camilla. And I liked it. It's just not my jam. It's one interesting thing about this game is it's an audio mystery game. So what you're doing is listening to the clues and trying to piece together the puzzle and like, okay, so what happened? So and so, got killed. We need to find clues. Well, like put together pieces of the puzzle. This is the German version. So I don't know if this is out in the States yet. But anyways, the voice actors were terrific, and the game itself is a deduction game. I think it's it's definitely got its appeal. I can see this being a pretty big hit with a lot of audiences. Again, just not my jam, but that's my number 28 game, Echoes the Cocktail. Number 27. Let's move on here. Again, if you're just joining us, thanks, folks. This is Ruel's Wrap It, where I talk about the games that I played during the previous month, and I am ranking them. Number 27. Where is it? There it is. Is a dexterity game called Flapjack Flip Out. Flapjack Flip Out. I don't know why I just hear it and I want to sing it. Flapjack Flip Out. You are short order cooks racing to make pancakes, flapjacks, right? And it's such an interesting thing, right? You actually have a paddle, and you are literally flipping these coaster like pancakes. They're really thick material, really great components. You actually have a bell, ding, order up, or ding, done, or whatever. It's a race. You have all the pancakes, the flapjacks in a big pile here. Actually, they would be face down. These are face up. So you take one face down and you're going to flip it. And if it lands face up, then you have collected that. You've made that flapjack. And as you make them, you're trying to collect, in this case, here's 2 blueberry and 1 pumpkin. You're trying to get the right combination to fill these orders. There's like a little order sheet here. Where is it? I think it was over here. Yeah, you just try to fill up the order. Oh, these are great photos by our friend Eric Yurko. Yeah, of course, these are brilliant photos. Eric does the best job at these photos here. So you flip them over, and then here's some orders. Like this one, you need 1 chocolate chip, 2 apple, and it's just a race. Whoever finish them first collects the pancake or flapjack. I think you go to 3, um, collect 3 or so. Hey, we got a raid coming in. Rose Gauntlet is raiding with a party of 3. Thank you, Rose Gauntlet. I hope you're well. Isaac, I believe you were playing. Oh, I forgot what you were playing. I saw you tweet this morning, but thanks for the raid. This is the raid helmet. My name is Ruel Gaviola. Thank you for joining me today. I'm actually doing a special episode here on Tabletop tonight. I normally play board games, do live board game, analog board game live streams, but today I'm doing Ruel's wrap up. So this is a monthly thing where I look at the games that I played in the previous month and then rank them according to how much I like them. So we just got started. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you're doing well. For those of you new, welcome. We do analog alerts here at the channel, so obviously the raid helmet came into play there. We just got done ranking. Out of the 29 games I've played, number 27 was Flapjack Flip Out. Let's move on. Thanks again for the raid. It's great to see y'all here. Number 26, and it's another game that I played at the Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular, and this one is called Celsia. I always want to call this game Salsa. It just, to me, I keep calling it Salsa, but what this game is all about, it's a sci-fi game. It's got sort of a rondel mechanism to it where you're going around collecting resources. And let me see if I can get a picture of the board here. That is not it. You can see something come up. Okay, yeah, here's a little breakdown of what it is. You get this one's coming to Kickstarter. I don't know if it's on Kickstarter or in pre-production right now, but we all have spaceships and we're trying to upgrade them and fly around and collect resources to convert into other ships or to convert your upgrades. And it's a race to, I believe it's 30 points. Let me see if we can get here. No, it's a race basically. You are racing to get all the points. Yeah, you can see here. I think it's 25 maybe. First one across the finish line basically wins. I liked it. It was a little rough at first. I felt like, was it this part? No, the ship actually was pretty cool. I don't know if the art and components are finished. Obviously, we were playing a prototype. I don't know if the art is finished, but I know there was a couple of things that I felt like it didn't jibe with me for whatever reason. Maybe it was some of the symbology. I'm not sure. But anyways, it did have, I think it was dice worker placement, which I always like. But that is Celsia. That was my number 26 game. Again, not a bad game. It just didn't totally jive with me, which is surprising because I love sci-fi games and I also love. Oh, you know what? I love dice worker placement. Maybe I was just talking about this the other day. I'm not the biggest rondel fan. For whatever reason, it doesn't always. My brain doesn't always work that way. So maybe that's why it just didn't leave that much of an impression with me. So that's my number 26, Celsia. Let's move on. And actually, I will get ready for the next game here. By the way, folks, while I'm doing this, feel free to let me know what games you enjoyed last month. I would love to hear about what you played, what you're excited about, or what you're not excited about. So let me know in chat. This game, number 25, is Trick or Treat, The Aftermath. So, of course, it was October last month. Had to play a Halloween game. And this one, Trick or Treat, let me hydrate real quick. Trick or Treat, The Aftermath was something I kickstarted. Actually, it might have been in October as well. It was a really fast Kickstarter. It's a roll and write game. I like this one because it's a dice drafting game where you roll dice, and what you're trying to do is collect collect your candy, right? Eat candy, right? And they're all different colors. It's set collection and dice drafting at the heart of the game. You roll numbers or roll the dice, and then you're going to select a group of dice depending on the number of players. I played the solo game and it was fun. Basically, in the solo game, you're going to take the highest number, the lowest number, and then you're going to choose a number as well. So you don't get to use all the dice. But like any good roll and write game, you get different abilities. You can unlock ways to mess with the numbers, basically. Give yourself ways to change number of the dice and fill your spots up a little more efficiently. Once you fill in 2 of the columns, the game is over. Then you total up your score. I like this. So I totally like this one because it's the first Kickstarter I ever got that actually came with candy. So I mean, shout out to the designers. It was a really cute Kickstarter. It was like $5 or $10, some like totally affordable amount. Grace Kendall and Mike Belsol are the designers. So within like a week or two, I got the game, and it was literally a package full of candy, a couple of lemonade sheets, and some cool dice. So I mean, it was totally worth it. It was fantastic. So that was Trick or Treat: The Aftermath. Dust Roller, hi. I've been obsessing over Oath most of October. Oh yeah, heard a lot of good things about October. Linus Cabal says my favorites from last month were Mex vs. Minions, nice, and Xenoshift Drummer. I still haven't played Xenoshift. Also got Search for Planet X off my shelf. Okay, but not really because we messed up the rules, so I'll have to play again. Yeah, how did you like it, Linus? I really enjoyed that game, and as much as I say I'm not a deduction or social deduction fan, Planet X was one of my favorites of the last year. Legends best 3 games played. Oh, Cascadia. God, I love that game. Wrath of the Lich King Pandemic. Have not played that yet. The Loop is excellent. Yes. Dr. Foe. MMG Man played 6-player. Oh, 6-player Everdell. Wow, nice. So you have the expansion. I haven't played those expansions yet. Never played it at 6. I played it at 4. Workground, I thought, honestly, not much. Oh, okay, that's good. I'm always afraid of that, right? Additional time when you add in more players. Sliver's favorite Tidal Blades, yes. The Loop, Dice Miner. I still need to play Dice Miner. Oh, Mephisto that's the card game, right? I think that's such an underrated game. Such a cool game. All right, thanks, friends. Let's get back to the countdown. I'm going to take a sip of water. Oh, already matinees in the house. Someone just bought Seven Wonders last night, and we opened it up, played it at our meetup. Also played some My Hero Academia CCG. Yes, Seven Wonders is a classic game. All right, let us move on. So I was talking about number 25, Trick or Treat: The Aftermath. A Roll and Write Kickstarter that just came in. The next one on my list. This is another one that I played at with the Dice Tower crew. Over at the spring or autumn spectacular, Alien: Fate of the Nostromo, a game by Scott Rogers from Ravensburger. Now we played the rules that were included in the game, so there's just the base set of rules. And apparently, from what I read, Scott has like the director's cut rules that I think he wanted in the game, but the powers that be decided to go with the final edition of final rules that the development team came up with, and I want to play with his rules to see how different it is. I liked the game. I didn't love it. It was I love the theme, of course. Oh, there's Scott. And it has, oh wow, someone painted this. So the minis are not painted. Yeah, they're like that. It really reminded me of Horrified, Pick Up and Deliver, and you're trying to avoid the alien. It was really hard when we played. We lost. I got to play with Z Garcia, Stephen Bonacore. I think Camilla was in that game, and was it Sam? Maybe Sam Healy as well. But we had a good time with it, but we lost, and it was definitely tougher than Horrified. I'm curious to see what the Scott's original or his set of rules does to the game. I want to see how different the game plays. I mean, it's very thematic. I mean, did I get to be Ripley? I was either Ripley or maybe I was Parker. I forget. But yeah, these are painted. These are not the figures that you actually get. They're unpainted in the game, obviously. Wow, someone really posted a bunch of pictures here. There's the cat. But anyways, good game, not great in my opinion. But I do want to see what the new rules, Scott's rules are all about. Dutch Yoda's favorite. Oh, let's check out some of the comments here. Dutch Yoda says my favorite is October, Great Wall, Bad Company, Dreadful Circus, Marvel United, Sinister Six, and Tabadusi. Yeah, the latest in the T games. I believe that's one of the latest T games from Board and Dice. Let's see. Oh, Dice is my game, huh? Okay, Slivers, I need to check that out. Yes, Mephisto, folks. If you haven't seen Mephisto, Dylan from TABLETOP is actually the designer and graphic designer of that game, and it's a wonderful card game. You know, I'm gonna have to play the game. There's a solo version too that I played. Someone get me Dice Miner. I need that game. Kimmy, hi Kimmy. Kimmy's some favorites: Genotype, Fantastic Factories, and Red Rising. Doom Imperium received Lizard Wizard this week. Oh, good. That'll be fun. I love Fantastic Factories. James, me too. Cribbage. Yeah, James does a really cool thing where he's on John Gonzalez Book of Nerds Discord, where he does a cribbage challenge every week. I don't always get to participate because I still need to teach Michelle cribbage. I think it'd be her jam too. I really enjoy it, but he does. James posts like a cribbage challenge. I don't know if it's every week or every couple of days, and you try to figure out the best way to use the cards. It's really cool thing. Juicy Fruit Cascade, so many great games. And James, I'm still going to play your solo variant on Athenium Mystic Library, maybe sooner rather than later. I'm trying to figure out a time to do it, but thank you for doing that. Okay, let's move on with the countdown. My number 23 game is, I'll get it on screen here. Maybe some of y'all have played this one. This is number 23, Roll to the Top. Another roll and write game. We love roll and write games here in my household. This one I played at one of the local gaming meetups, I think earlier this month. And my buddy Chris brought it. It was a filler between some other games. It's basically you roll a bunch of dice. They're different sided dice. And you're trying to get to the top of your structure first. And depending on what dice you use, you're going to write that number down, and you can total dice, sum them up. But I think each number that you put on the building has to be equal to or greater than the previous one. So if you're on a D20, you don't want to put 19 at the top or at the bottom, because then you have a tough time getting to the top. There are special abilities on the like this main die that'll take out dice or re-add them back into the game. It's clever. It's a quick playing game. The only complaint I have about this game is it's a lot of math. I mean, it's just addition, right? But you are constantly adding and trying to figure things out. But it's a neat little roll and write game. Highly recommend, and that is Roll to the Top. Let's continue, shall we? The number 22 game is a game that I played over, again, at the Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular. We played a lot of games. I was there 3 days, and I think I played like a dozen games. It was like 3 or 4 games per day, which is fun, right? But it's like, much respect to the Dice Tower crew. They're constantly learning games, and it can be a bit much, when you're just to be on camera and doing that. It's a lot, but it was a lot of fun as well. So my number 22 game was during the Autumn Spectacular, Neoville. Neoville is a tile laying game by our Phil Walker Harding, our friend Phil Walker Harding, as we all say at Brothers Murphy Channel. Praise be. Let's see some praise bees in chat, shall we? Phil Walker Harding, Neoville. It's got the classic tile laying mechanism. You're laying tiles, trying to do them in certain patterns. But what's really neat is you're trying to build these buildings, and it's almost got this like gambling element to it. Like you can put down a building, for instance, a water building, right? One that goes on the water. And it'll say here how many I think it's it'll give you like the shapes of tiles. Like this one says 8. You have to have 8 of these connected. But as you can see, you first place it and then you try to score it. If you do not score it, I learned this the hard way, you get negative points for that. So do you go all in early on like a building that's like a 12 or a 10? Or do you sort of like bide your time, get the smaller buildings, the ones that for sure that you're going to build? And there's like special buildings as well that give you extra points depending on patterns that you lay out here. And cool little game. I really enjoyed this. Again, praise be. Thank you for all the praise bees in chat. Yes. Very, very wonderful. Yeah, wonderful, tight game. Oh, wait. Sorry. Slivers was talking about something else. Slivers actually said lastly spent too much money backing crowdfunding games in October. Oh, we know the feeling. Yes. Oh, Knight to E4 says, just received Cascadia. Oh, I hope you like it, Knight. It's so good. Kimmy liked it as well. Yeah, I played it with some friends last night for the first time that they haven't played. They really enjoyed it as well. Okay, so that's my number 22, Neilville, Phil Walker Harding, praise be. And let's move on to my number 21. By the way, folks, at the end of this, after my list, I'm going to just chill for a few minutes, hang out with y'all. And then I'm going to do some unboxings. I got some games recently and actually a little while ago that have been sitting around, haven't been unboxed yet. So I'm going to get the old trusty X-Acto blade and open those up with y'all if you want to hang out. Thanks again for joining me. Number 21 on the list. Yet another game I played at the Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular. It is Golem. And I heard it was, I know we pronounce it Gollum, but I believe the correct pronunciation is Golem. I had mixed feelings about this. Number one, right off the bat, I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the Jewish faith. And from what I understand, this is some folklore or a story about golems that, go about doing work for people or whatever. So I wasn't, I really wasn't sure about the theme. So I hopefully they, hopefully it was treated respectfully. I do not know. As far as gameplay goes, this was the first game I played at Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular. And it was 8 a.m. when we went live, which meant it was 5 a.m. to my body, which meant that the night before I got in, I think I fell asleep like around 1. So I was working on 4 hours of sleep. My brain was hurting. I learned this game and played it at 5 a.m. my body time. It was brutal. But, like the other Italian dice games, it is really a nice combination or nice way to gameplay features ways to work combinations. It's all about timing, trying to get your time right as far as where you're going to place your workers, what action you're going to take. And what this does, I thought this was sort of funky. It's got this sort of like I don't know, potion explosion style. What is this like? What I do here? Ocean explosion marbles, where you take an action like say a white action, and you take that out, or like a blue action or whatever, and that's going to give you that many resources or whatever. Yeah, it's I see Sliver said the look and graphic design of this game turns me off so much. Yeah, probably not my favorite designs. I mean, like the golem part, like you're making this like monster, right? I guess they're monsters that go out and do your bidding or whatever. The meeples are super cute. They're like sort of chubby meeples, and they have these 4 tracks. Where are the tracks? That's your player board. So you're building your little golem there. So all these tracks, you're going up them, right? And they release certain resources or victory points, and you can only have your golems go so far ahead of your scientists before you start losing points. So you have to keep your scientists close because you don't want them to get out of control. But they're eventually going to get destroyed. Lots of moving parts, lots of little levers you're trying to pull and get them all, to jibe with each other. For me, it was a bit much first thing in the morning. The designers also did like a game called, Voyages of Marco Polo. What's the other one? Grand Austria Hotel, and also Lorenzo Il Magnifico, which I liked. This one, I don't know if it would rank there. I don't know. The whole like the marble thing was interesting. There's a whole game right there. Yeah, so it's a table hog for sure. I have mixed feelings about this, but I realize that it's a really solid game, and I know that a lot of people are going to enjoy this one. I ranked it pretty high. I thought it was going to rank lower for me out of the 29 I played, just because it didn't totally. But then the more I thought about it, I was like, oh yes, I could have done this, or I could have done that. You want to do everything in the game. You should, but you shouldn't. You should only focus on certain things, I guess. And it's one of those things. I want to give it another shot, strictly on gameplay. I want to learn more about the mythology or the folklore behind this. Yeah. Slivers, that's a great question. Would you play it again over other games? And that's what it came down to. like I would definitely play it again. Not at 5 a.m. or whatever, but I want to give it a shot because I realize that there's a lot of really interesting mechanisms going on in this game. So that's my number 21, Golem. Number 20 on my list. Oh, let me update my list here in front of me so I can see. Oh, hey, someone just talked about this game in chat. Was that you, Kimmy? I'm not sure if Kimmy did. But my number 20 is another game I played on the Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular, Lizard Wizard. Strategic action selection game in a world of magic and intrigue. Apparently. So, I have never played Raccoon Tycoon. Is that what it's called? Tycoon Raccoon? No, Raccoon Tycoon. Apparently, this is Raccoon Tycoon redone, but with like one added mechanism. I couldn't tell you which one it is. It's got this little auction element to it, which is fun. And let me see. Oh, there's the board. Boom. So you're trying to move up these strategies. It's got this really neat way of the goods that you buy, the ingredients you're buying for making these potions. You can manipulate the market a little bit as far as how much they're going to return on your investment. And as you do that, you're going to increase the amount of goods that you receive whenever you take and play a card that allows you to get one. Then you're going to basically auction. You're trying to gather these creatures into your hand. You build a tableau of them, and then you score points to the different sets that you collect and so forth. I enjoyed the game. Right afterwards, I think it was Mike Delisio. He said, "Hey, since you've never played Raccoon Tycoon, now you have. It's called Lizard Wizard with like one other extra mechanism. I think it might have been these buildings that you get, but I enjoyed it. I don't always enjoy economic games, and yes, Linnaeus also said that I love raccoons, but unfortunately not a fan of economic games, so that one is not for me. Yeah, this one I did enjoy, and that's why it's ranked number 20. I like that push and pull of the as you manipulate the market, and it's got this. Oh, do I make this one go higher right now? But then that leaves it open to my opponents to take it, or do I just pay one off now and then get the ingredients I can? I liked it. It was fun, and even though I've never played Raccoon Tycoon, I feel like I'm curious to see how that one plays. I want to see if it's how different it is from this. The one knock on this game is it can go a bit long, because if people are not rushing to get the buildings, like basically you play until one of the stacks is out. And if people aren't rushing that, I feel like it can go a little long if you're just not paying attention. But yeah, it's a beautiful, yeah, Kimmy, it's a beautiful game. The art here, let me put it back up here. The art it was a gorgeous game. I really did enjoy it. It's got this sort of darker, like fantasy style art. Where's the art here? Yeah, it's really cool. And again, sort of like that Raccoon Tycoon, but it's got the little animals and stuff. I think it's really neat. Excuse me. Okay, number 20, Lizard Wizard. Hey, folks, hydrate with me, shall we? All right. That was number 20. Let's move on to my number 19. Yeah, so we played a lot of games at the Dice Tower. Autumn Spectacular. This is a game that was actually nominated for a. Did it win? Let me see if it won. Let me tell you what it is first. This is The Adventures of Robin Hood, my number 19. And so here it's from Cosmos Games. It was a Spiel des Jahres nominee. I feel like I'll probably rank this higher after it's all said and done. But we went and played the first introductory adventure of this campaign. It's got this really neat storytelling aspect to it. And you go along the board here. Let me get a better shot of the board. Here's your meeples. And if you can see these there's a bunch of numbers. And what you do is when you land there, you're going to flip. You have a book. It literally is like this book, almost like Choose Your Own Adventure. And you read the text. It's going to give you a choice. And they'll tell you to flip over certain tiles. And that'll reveal things. Oh, it was really fascinating. The narrative was excellent. It's based on the classic Robin Hood Now, we only played the first one. We actually lost. There's the book. Look at that thing. It's beautiful. Like this thing you totally put on your shelf at home, right? Tons of components. We did the first introductory adventure. We lost. So I think we were like one resource short, or we ran out of time probably. But I want to play. I just got my copy in last week, and I really want to play this with Michelle. I think she would like this. Just we like these narrative storytelling games. This one I can see why it won or it was nominated. It's really easy to pick up. You basically just open the book and go. Sort of like how you Cosmos did. What game was that? How they did the learning system or the teaching system for Legends of Andor. This is same type of things. Like, okay, get these pieces, now start your adventure. And it's very basic. Try to do this, like deliver this to this spot. Then you do it. Okay, now that you've done that, here's a new mechanism. I really enjoy that style of learning games because it means that you're at the table and you're immediately playing the game. I really enjoy that. Let's see, catch up here. Micro Mapper Run. That's right. Thank you, Linnaeus. Okay, so that's my number 19. Let's move on to my number 18 this month. And I just played, my number 18. I just played this one last week with my friend Amanda Panda, and I got to meet for the first time Danny from Danny Plays Games, who is now the community manager at Roll20. Congrats, Danny, again. Holy Festival of Colors. An abstract game, a 3D abstract game. Very, very beautiful game. I'm just pretty. It's about, the Holy Festival, or you're throwing color dye on each other, like powder. What you're doing is collecting those colors, and each player has a meeple, and you're going to eventually move up. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool photo. Someone actually did that, like the color here. Let me get the actual game. Almost like 3D chess, but it's a much simpler, simple yet very cool in the fact that you have simple moves, but depending on the cards that you select at the start of the game, you can ramp up or ease off the difficulty level. And there's different ways to score, but basically you're just hopping around, collecting, dropping colors. And if you hit one of your opponents, you're going to get that as a point. You can also collect these candies, which is always nice. And then when you're surrounded by one of your by a bunch of color, then you will move up a level. Moving on up to no more Jefferson references. And you're just gonna move up when you eventually get to the top. I think the win condition or the end game condition is when someone's out of colors. But very cool game. Got to play it with Danny and Amanda. Gorgeous game. If you're into abstract games, it is an abstract. If you're in abstract games, definitely recommended. That's my number 18. Holy Festival Colors. Okay. Yeah. Earlier, I was talking about my not dislike, but I was talking about how social deduction games are not my jam. Well, look at number 17, folks. Night of the Ninja. Got to play this with the Brothers Murph, Paula Deming, and Bonzinator, and also Johnny from Brother Wise Games on a sponsor stream for the Brothers Murph. Night of the Ninja is a social deduction game, but I enjoyed it immensely. It could have been because the people I was playing with, they're just so much fun. But you know what? This game's by Justin Gary. He's the one that created Ascension, and he was a former I think he's a Magic Hall of Fame player, and he was a former professional. So he knows card games. He created Ascension, Shards of Infinity, and he took that knowledge of card game driven games and puts a Night of the Ninja, and it was very clever. Basically, like any other deduction game, you're trying to figure out who's on your team and who's not, like who's the traitor, basically. It's either Lotus or the Cranes. You play with the Ronin, I think, with an odd number of players. I'm not sure when that comes in. But then you secretly get your house, and then from there you're going to draft cards. So this is really neat. You draft these different cards, then you play them sort of like citadels, where they trigger in numerical order and they give you different abilities. Using those abilities, you can tell, or you can try to deduce who's on your team or not. And then whoever's left standing, if they're whoever's the highest number of that team standing, you will get to draw from a victory point bag. And those victory points, first one to 10 wins. Very simple system, but very clever system. I really enjoy this one. Yes, Ruel likes a social deduction game. Like, I don't even know you anymore, right? I cannot tell a lie. I really like this one. Legends, yes. This is a game we need to play. Dice Tower West. Folks, Dice Tower West next year, 2022, March 2nd through 5th. A bunch of us West Coasters are going to be there, but we want to meet all of y'all, not only here in my chat, but the brothers Murph, Paul Demius. You know, we got all these friends that we're all like, you know, hanging out with each other. We got to play this at Dice Tower West. It plays 4 to 11 players. We can have multiple games going on. It's going to be a blast. Yes, so let's do that. Get hyped. Yeah, hey, Meeple Conrad's in the house. Hi, Meeple Conrad. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you here. I was just gonna say, yeah, Dice Tower West, we're so hyped for it. Like, seriously hyped. Penguin, hi Penguin Power. What's your favorite Euro game? Great question. Give me time to answer that. I want to get through my list first, and we'll come back to that. Remind me, and we'll talk about that. My number 16 game is, oh, where did I put it? This is a few years old. Is that right? No, that's not it. Okay, so here's the thing. I've got a game here. Where is... Okay, I got to find a BGG. It is not here. Well, it is here somewhere. I got to find the right one because there's so many. You know, I'll just... Okay, here it is. It's called The City. And I'm looking for it. And there's so many games. There's My City. There's Dice City. I just want... Is it called The City? There it is. 2011. Okay, now I can share the screen. The City by Tom Lehman, known for Race for the Galaxy, Roll for the Galaxy. This one was re-implemented and redone as Jump Drive. I love this game. 6.5, I think it's totally... It should be at least a 7 in my book. I haven't ranked it. Hey, we're going to do a Ruel Ranks right here live, folks. So this one gets a 7. Maybe... I really enjoy it. 7.25. We'll do that. So I've just ranked the game on BGG in my collection, 7.25. Yeah, totally. Yeah, Hawk School, you're right. Totally not a generic name. It's totally generic name, but this is a fun engine building game that is super fast. It is quick to play. You're just racing to gather victory points, and let me show you some of the game. You're going to play one card. It takes its cue from, what is that game? San Juan, where you have a hand of cards, and then you play one. But in order to play that one, you're going to have to discard a certain number of cards. So if you want to play like an office building, it costs 4 cards. You have to discard 4 cards out of your hand. The cards that you've made in your tableau will give you victory points or more cards. And it's a race to 50 points. It takes 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Michelle loves this game. I love it too. Haven't played the Jump Drive, which I'll probably have to get because I like sci-fi games a lot more. So maybe I have to get that. This is like an older version right here, the Amigo version. The one we have, I think, is the Eagle Griffin game. Is it Eagle Griffin? That I forget. But wonderful game. Highly recommend. Oh, hey, Bram Beard is back. Hi, Bram Beard. Good to see you on here. Meeple Carmen, yeah. As far as generic game names go, much better than the game. That is the worst name for the game, but it's a fun one though. I like that one. Okay, let's move on to my number 15 game. It is this one I ranked really highly the previous month. This one dropped down number 15 only because I played a lot more, like, I guess, newer games. But Super Mega Lucky Box from our friend Phil Walker Harding. Let's see it in chat, folks. Praise be. Very cool roll and write. Oh, I talked about this last month. You're just flipping and filling numbers, trying to make combos, and then after a couple of rounds, most points wins. That's all I'm going to say because I raved about it last month. I still love it. Actually, I want to play. I wanted to play it the other night, but I forgot that I'd lent my copy out. So that is Super Mega Lucky Box. There's the praise be. Thank you, Linnaeus. Thank you, friends. And let's move on to my number 14. Praise be. 14. This is a prototype that Michelle and I did a live stream of last month. And then I played it again afterwards with my friend Daryl and I think it was Chris. Verdant. Basically, it's the third of a I don't know if it's an official trilogy or not, but you had Calico, you had Cascadia, and now you have Verdant. They crushed their Kickstarter. They really went above and beyond their goal, which I'm happy about. It's another a tile placement game, but you've got two choices now. You can take the top, which are plants or items. Oh no, plants. You can take the bottom, which is your actual tableau, your rooms that you're making in your house, and then you have to take the tile, which can be items or it can help you like grow your plants. Very clever. Probably the most thinky of the three in this series. For me. Oh, there's a cat. Oh my gosh, where is that? That's the cat tile. Oh yeah, yeah. Best solo art. You gotta love it. Those other tiles. This one probably the most thinky of the three. Um, I yeah, I cannot. I can't say I don't like any of the three. I love them all. I just love all games, folks. I'm an Omni gamer. What can I say? But if you like Calico or Cascadia, put this one next on your list. I think it's a neat trilogy. They do similar things, but they're different enough, and the experiences are different enough that I believe they can all be in your collection. I think they're just excellent, outstanding games for uh, non-gamers and gamers alike. For non-gamers, probably go with Calico or Cascadia first. Verdant is definitely something I mean you can play with non-gamers, but I think there's a lot more going on that would appeal to more veteran gamers. Yeah, so highly recommend checking that one out. Okay, my number 13 is another a prototype that Michelle and I did a live stream for. Let me hydrate. Okay. Birdwatcher. Well, Birdwatcher is a set collection game. Beautiful birds. The first thing you're going to think of when you see these cards, of course, is everybody know all at once Wingspan. But it's not Wingspan. It's not an engine builder. It is a tableau builder and a set collecting game. It's much, I would say it's much less complex than Wingspan, but even though the theme may be similar, the theme itself, I mean, you're just taking photos of birds, trying to get them to take photos, and as you collect them in your tableau, in your tree, and in your photo journal, you're going to score different points based on the ones that you collect. I think it's a big winner in my book. I really enjoyed this. Michelle did too. There's one of the birds that you can collect, and you get a certain number of points. Depending on where you put them in your tableau, I don't know if they have. Where's the photo journal? Okay, they don't actually have it. Anyways, you're building a tableau at the bottom below your player aid. And as you collect these, if they're next to each other, the similar colors, you'll get points. And then you see the set collection here. If you have two yellows next to each other, they're worth 10 points. Otherwise, 3. Then there are bonus cards, the photo that go in your photo journal that give you extra points depending on what you have. Very, very good game. I mean, it's I would highly recommend this. And actually, if you're looking for something for game non-gamers or casual gamers, I would recommend this over Wingspan. Now, that being said, I love Wingspan. It's a top 20 game for me all time. But I would. Oh, thank you. Can y'all take care of that? I'll take care of this. We got a spam bot in chat. Boo, spam bot. I don't want to be famous. You're ridiculous. How can I do this? Oh, I've got to be in Twitch to do this. Okay. Am I in? Dang it. Here it is. How do I click on the name? And you are banned. Bye, Kenji, or whatever your name is. Okay. Anyways, thanks for hanging out, friends. And that I was talking about Birdwatcher. Definitely, I mean they ran the Kickstarter. It's Oni Press, so they do super cute games like Tea Dragon Society, Gudetama. another wonderful addition to their game catalog. All right. So moving on, let's go on to my number 12. And number 12 is a perennial favorite here in the Gaviola household. I got to play this with Meeple Conrad. I played number 9. So I was in Florida for Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular, and thankfully, Meeple Conrad reached out to me and said, "Hey, you're in Florida? Let's meet out." Danny is from Georgia, so for some reason I was thinking, or at least he was from Georgia. I don't know, maybe he's in Florida now. So I was just thinking Conrad's in Georgia too, but it turns out Conrad is in Florida. He took a long drive, a longer drive than I would have asked for to meet up with me at my hotel. It was a wonderful experience. Meeple Conrad folks, real deal, wonderful human being. We got to hang out for an hour or two, ate some dinner, played some games. This is one of them. Number 9, a favorite in my household and hopefully yours. 20-minute game, puzzly game. You're drawing these funky looking numbers and you're trying to lay them in a 3D configuration to score points. The higher your levels are, the more points you're going to score, and you want those like 8s, 9s on be on top, so you can get double or triple the points. Takes about 20 minutes to play, 5 minutes to teach. Excellent game. Looks like the frames drop. Oh, thanks, Slivers. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. And so that's number. I really did want to put this one number 9, but I'm going to be honest. It's my number 12 game that I played this last month. So let's move on to my number 11. Is what is 11? Oh, okay. 11 is a game I played with. I don't know if this is out yet, but I did play this with the Dice Tower crew. King Domino Origins. I love King Domino. I liked Queen Domino. King Domino Origins to me is the next one that you should play after King Domino. It retains that basic King Domino element. You're drafting a domino to place in your little kingdom. And this one adds a second layer to it. Sort of like it, I feel like it took its clue from Cascadia or games in that like Calico, where you're adding these additional animals, or was it animals like or the fire tokens. This one, this is like that's not how big you're still playing. I think the regular like 5x5 grid or something. But yeah, so you get the additional meeples, and you're trying to score those. You're trying to collect sets of these. Again, just another layer added to it. But whereas I think Queen Domino might have added too much to the game, and I felt like it bogged it down. King Domino Origins meets that sort of like perfect. Hey, it's King Domino with just another layer to it, and I really enjoy it. So it's like the prehistoric era of the game, and let me see if I can show you. Oh, here. Whoops. You're still picking your tiles here, place them in your little kingdom, and then you're drawing the different sets, whether it's mushrooms or like little woolly mammoths or whatever. I thought it was really clever, and if you're a fan of King Domino, highly recommend King Domino Origins. Okay, let's move on. Number 10. Hey, top 10 now, folks. And this game, I was pumped to try this game, and it lived up to the hype. The Night Cage. We just did a stream of this, Michelle, Lauren, and I. First time we streamed with Lauren in a while for a Tabletop Live Network. Tile laying game. It's got this really spooky, creepy vibe to it, where you are prisoners in this otherworldly prison trying to escape, and there are monsters. What I think is so clever about this is, as you move on this tile, you're going to remove tiles that you cannot see. Basically, you have a line of sight. You're illuminating tiles. And unlike other tile laying games, all the tiles do not stay on board. They get removed. So as you move along this labyrinth, the ones that you can no longer see, that you're not adjacent to, basically, are going to be removed from the game. Very clever. It's a cooperative game. You have to collect 4 keys, 1 for each player. So one key for each player. So in a 4-player game, 4 keys. And then you have to meet at a gate. And where are the gates? Glad you asked, Ruel. The gates are going to be revealed in the tiles as well. And here's the tricky part. As you move away, creepy prisoner. As you move away from tiles, those tiles get removed from the game, right? They disappear. So if you leave a gate, guess what? That gate's no longer there. And so it's this really cool mix of, okay, do I stay here? You have two choices. Do you stay? Hey, just like the Clash, do you stay or do you go now? I swear, I should have probably had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea this morning. I'm ready. I'm loopy already. But if you leave, that gate or the key tile that a key is on is going to leave, be removed from the game. So, once you gather a key, you put on your player board, but other players, you can trade with other players. Oh, it's so interesting to me. We played the first game. It was easy because we got a lucky draw. So here's the thing. As far as lucky draws, bad luck, it's going to happen. Our first game was super easy. We won. But the second game, I feel like was probably a little more indicative of how it plays, and we lost. It was tough. You could ramp up the difficulty, make it easier or tougher by adding more keys or less monsters or whatever. I like this one. It's a solo, play solo as well, so I know I'm going to solo it on stream. But definitely recommend this one, Smirk and Dagger. That is the Night Cage. And hey, we just got another raid. I want to thank the raid from ANM Game School. Thank you so much for the raid. I've got a raid hat because here on Tabletop tonight, I do analog alerts. So thank you, ANM Game School. Let me know what you were playing. I hope it went well. I had a question from a first-time chatter. Glitch PhD asks, how does King Domino Origins compare to Age of Giants? I played the Age of Giants expansion only once, unfortunately, so I can't. I'm trying to think of the frame of reference. Does Age of Giants have set collection? I know they had the extra, the little giant meeples, right, that came around, but I honestly don't know. I'm sorry. Time Roller's in the house. Whoops. Hi, Time Roller. All right. So let's move on. I just talked about my number 10. Again, thank you for the raid. Much appreciated. And stick around, folks. I'm going to finish my list here of games that I played last month that I'm ranking, and then we're going to unbox a game or two if y'all want to hang out with me. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're lurking at working, being productive. And let's move on to my number 9. Number 9 game. Again, I haven't looked at this. Oh, I love this guy. Oh, wow. I'm surprised I didn't rank this higher. Another. Oh, you know what? I've talked about this before. Do you all feel like there's this like renaissance, or the new hotness right now is tile laying games? There's like this been like with Calico, Cascadia, Verdant, Overboss. There's been this run of really excellent tile laying games. I feel like we're seeing this point in the hobby where they've been redefined. So we have the OG like Carcassonne, right? I feel like in the last year or so, I've played tile layers that have like just really expanded the genre. And my number 9 is one excellent example. I thought this would be my top 5 this month, but I guess that shows how much I like the other games. But it's number 9, Luna Capital from Devere Games. Excuse me. We are building a settlement on the moon through tile laying. You have these these are the little tiles of projects that you're building, but it's another one of those double layered type games. You have the construction cards. Let me get those construction cards out here. Cute little meeples. Oh, here it is. No, that's an end game goal or scoring goal. If you can see here, zoom in a little bit. How come I can't move this? What is going on with my mouse? Mouse, what are you doing? Well, these cards here, you're going to place them in your tableau. You draft them, right? Place the card in your tableau, and then you pick up these tiles that go along with it. And then you must place your construction card in numerical order. So it's like a mashup of like Welcome to with like a tile laying game. So they have to go from 1 through 10. Now you could skip numbers, of course, like 1 to 5, 4 to 6, whatever. But once then that means you can't put like a 2 in between a 1 and a 4 that was already placed. Then on top of your construction cards, you're going to place your the projects, and those are the ones that score differently depending on what type of sets you collect. Some are spatial, so it's like these meteoroids. You might have to, or the meteors, you may have to score, depending on the scoring card, they may tell you, oh, these need to be 3 in a row in a column or 3 in a row in a row. Then you have the set collection of like the little, I forgot what they're called. These like the hydrogen makers or the oxygen makers machines. You can see the different hearts. They tell you if they're the same set. Some of them want you all different. Some want to be all the same. Then again, there's a spatial element. Some of them want to go in a particular row or column. Oh, it's so good. I played this one this month with Amanda Panda and Danny. Again, we met up. Really fortunate to meet up with them in LA and played some games. This was one of them, and I've taught this game twice and I've screwed it up twice. Once with Amanda Panda and Danny, and once unfortunately during a live stream at Gen Con with Bonzinator and was it Paula? No, not Paula. Bonzinator and Shay Parker. It was my bad. I put the solo side of the board, so we played on the solo side of the board with 3 players. So my bad. But highly recommend this one. I mean, I feel like I'm saying this about a bunch of games. Hey, Nerd Shelves is in the house. Hi, Nerd Shelves. There's another one of those tile laying games that takes it to the next level. Legends says, "Oh, hi. Oh, hey, Kestrel. Good to see you here." Kestrel is also a tile laying fan. Maple Comrade says, "Great shirt. Yeah, I'm representing Master Goblin Games. Yay!" Who just sponsored Meeple Conrad's stream the other day. And Meeple Conrad, thank you so much for the sub. I missed it earlier. I got to give you an analog alert. We have an analog alert, folks. That's what we do on the channel. Thanks to our friend Meeple Conrad for the resub, and thank you, Meeple Conrad. Much appreciated, my friend. Slivers, thanks for reminding me, by the way. So whenever I use StreamYard, which is what I'm using right now, I can't see the alerts. And oh, actually, if I do this, and anonymous, it was a gift, an anonymous gift to Meeple Conrad. My bad. So I misread it. So I'm going to say, we do this on the channel, folks, even though Michelle and Lauren are not here, but as a gift, I say gift, 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 gift. Thanks for the gift, Anonymous. There's the gift hat. My hat is off to you. Analog alerts. That's how we roll here, folks. Book of Nerds in the house. Hi, Book of Nerds. Good to see you on here. Howdy, howdy. We're just going over the games that I played last month. How many games is it? Was it 29? I don't even remember how many games I played last month. It was, the 29 games I played last month. Just raving about Luna Capital. And then we're going to move on to the next game. Just wanted to shout out everyone there. Thanks for hanging out with me today, this morning, this afternoon, or this evening, wherever you may be. My number 8 game was Bullet Heart. Bullet Heart was not on my radar. It's from Level 99 Games. But Ferdinand from Level 99 reached out to me recently and said, hey, can we do a sponsored live stream? I was like, of course. Then they said Bullet Heart. And I was like, oh, I don't know this game. But what it was, and it's like, I believe it's based on an anime. Is that correct? Can y'all, anyone that has better knowledge of this than I do, please let me know. But this game surprised the heck out of me. It had this really neat puzzly element to it, sort of like I think it was like, is it like Candy Crush? I never played Candy Crush, but what are you doing? So these represent your bullets, and it's like a friendly bullet fire, I guess, to your opponent. It's a 1v1 game. You draw one of these out of the bag, you place them here. Depending on the number, you're going to go down those number of spaces, and what you're trying to do, line them up in certain combinations in order to take them off your board and then give them to your opponent. If your opponent has too many, they're going to take the hits. You can see here, in this case, this character gets 4 hits. And it's such a cool way to do this, almost like, this is, I guess, technically a tile placement game, but sort of set collection. But here's the thing. It's real time as well. So you're trying to do this as quickly as possible while still being smart about it, right? Oh, yeah. Oh, so good. It totally surprised me. Let me see if I can get a better picture here. Here's a starting setup here. If you like those puzzly type of games, there's not many photos, still relatively. I think the Bullet Heart just came out, and we were playing. Was it Bullet Heart? We played Bullet Heart, and then there's another one, Bullet Diamond or something. I forget, but that's the one. that they were hyping up. You can pre-order it. Collected Camels in the house. Good morning, friend. Good to see you here. So this one, you do have asymmetric abilities too. You have some basic ones, and then depending on your character, you're going to have abilities where you can like move things left or right. You can swap them out. Oh, so good. I really enjoyed this. And Ferdinand and I, we actually played 2 games. Bullet Heart, we played the 1v1 against each other. Fun. Then we played the cooperative game, which I thought was really good. You play basically against a boss monster. Boss monster, you and your partner take turns on your own boards, try to help each other out, get enough bullets to send to the boss monster. Then the boss monster does stuff and hits y'all. Oh, so good. That's Bullet Heart. Hey, Stacey Everdell, good to see you. Yay. Haven't seen you in a while. Hello, welcome back, friend. Number 7 on my list for games that I played last month is an oldie but goodie, Cartographers. Roll and write game from, let me see, Cartographers. I'm going to pull up on screen. Whoop. Roll and write game from Thunderworks Games. If you haven't played this before, please do. It is probably my easily top 3. Wow, this one looks beautiful. Look at that. People go all out. Oh my gosh, this is like a piece of art. Yeah, Michelle does the color. She uses colored pencils as well. But man, people straight go all out on this. This is great. It's a flip and fill with Tetris or polyomino shapes. Fill them up. Do it over 4 rounds. Score your points depending. Each round, there are different scoring conditions. Wonderful game. I'm just gonna stop there because I've talked about this game a couple of times in the past. I absolutely love it. Wonderful. Yeah, our nerd shells, my boards never look this nice either. Mine, gosh, see people, where's one that looks like Scribble Scrabble? That's what mine looks like. Wait, what? Those are they're using little rubber stamps. I sell those on Etsy. Those are so cool. Wow, even this one's, oh my gosh. Okay, I'm inspired, folks. Look at this. Can we do a cartographer stream sometime where I'll stream it and then we all just like try to make them as beautiful as possible? Wow. Okay, mine looks more like this. Like if you got, it's a little out of focus, but yeah, it's just like lines. Like I always call my like trees like lollipops. They literally look like a lollipop. Hi, Jess. Good to see you out here. I'm so bad at this. I got to do some, what are they called? Sorry, shout outs. There's so many great people in chat. Thank you for joining. I'll do some shout outs, folks. Meeple Conrad's one of them. Please check out his stream if you haven't already. Jess is another. If I'm forgetting anyone, let me know, folks. Shout out to Jess. I don't know why it's not shouting out to Jess. Because I don't know how to use Twitch. Also want to shout out Eclectic Camel. Why is this not shouting out? There's a shout out there. Shout out to Dutch Yoda. And oh yeah, Dutch Yoda just thank you, Dutch. So many great people in here. Thank you, friends. Shout out to John Gonzalez, aka Book of Nerds. Anyone else in here? Appreciate y'all. If I forgot you, I'm sorry. But let me get back to the countdown here. This is my number 6 game. Slivers asked a question. Titania Ascend, I did play this at Gen Con. Wonderful game. It does have some similarities to Cartographers, but it's a full cooperative game. It's got 2 phases, which is really neat. So you do the first phase when Titania Ascending, where you get all your shapes onto your score sheet. Then the second half of the game, second phase, you use those shapes to fight monsters. Very clever. I want to play it again. I played it once at Gen Con. Really cool experience. I'm looking forward to it. I think Rahdo just did his run through, or not a live one. He did a run through, I think, or maybe it's going to be out next week. But anyways, yes, recommend for sure. Okay, my number 6 game. Again, these are the top 29 games, or the 29 games I played last month. I rank them in order of how much I enjoyed them. This one I greatly enjoyed. It was the game I played the most this last month. I think I played it 5 times. Michelle and I played, actually, it was probably more than 5 times. We played Whirling Witchcraft from AEG. I've raved about Whirling Witchcraft before. I've raved about AEG before. This is an engine building game, but you're also trying to destroy your other opponent's engines at the same time, almost, where you crank out ingredients, make them here's a player board. This is your workbench. This is your cauldron. As you get recipe cards to make potions, you'll use them from your workbench. And then as you create potions, those potions produce more ingredients, which go into your cauldron. Or you can use those to make other recipes that you have in front of you. At the end of your turn, you pass your cauldron to your opponent. Your opponent must place those ingredients onto their workbench. If they do, cool. If they do not, they come back to you as points. First 1 to 5 points wins. Very quick and simple game, but it's so clever. Highly recommend this one. I just played it yesterday as well, so I'll be talking about it next month during my November wrap up. But it's a fun filler. Michelle and I actually played this a bunch during the World Series, or not the World Series, the divisions, or the pennant, when the Dodgers, who were champions, are no longer champions, unfortunately. They're playing the Braves. We would watch the game, and as we're watching the game, we could play Ruel and Witchcraft. It was so much fun. Okay, so that's number 6. Great question. Slivers asks, how take that-ish does it feel? Even though it's nothing, it is take that as far as, hey, you can't place. It's more, I don't know. It's baked in the game. I don't feel. Michelle and I talked about it didn't feel bad at all. It's just like, because here's how we talk about it. And the guys at AEG explained this to me. Said the way this game feels is more like the classic episode of I Love Lucy, where you have a conveyor belt of chocolates and you're trying to overwhelm your opponents so they can't take these chocolates and put it on their bench. They lose those chocolates back to you for points. So Michelle and I, we're laughing, we're joking about how we sort of want to retheme this in the Lucy episode where it's chocolates and you're trying to, oh no, I can't place this one, it goes back to you, or I can place this in my workbench, which is actually here, my shirt or my hat. That's how we talk about it. I think that's what takes the edge off of it, is the Whirling Witchcraft, or the I Love Lucy comparison. Okay. Jess says the new wildcard elimination is on now, according to my dad. Who's yeah, it is. It's weird. It was a really weird system. It wasn't. I think they're going to rethink it, because we had the Giants and the Dodgers, who both won 106, 107 games during the season, and playing each other in a wild card or in the division series. It just didn't feel right. But hats off. My hat is off to the Braves. They won the whole thing. Even though I hate that tomahawk chop, that's racist. But what are you going to do? They did have the best ball club this year. They deserved it. And I'm glad they beat the Astros, those cheaters. Let's move on to my top 5. So here's my top 5. One of my top 5 games that I played last month. It is, where'd my little list go? Oh, another one I played with my friend Maple Conrad when I got to visit him in Florida. It is Cubitos, number 5. Hey, yet another AEG game on my list. They are killing it, folks. It's Quacks, the dice game, basically. You are bag building or dice building. You start with a basic dice. Here's the board. It's a race. It took Quacks, added a race element to it. I absolutely love it. I'd rather chuck dice than pull chits from a bag any day of the week, plus twice on Sunday. Wonderful game. Michelle and I was surprised. I wasn't sure if Michelle would like it. I know she likes, you know what it was? Is she likes press your luck games. Or push your luck, and this has plenty of push your luck, just like Quacks. So that's why she loves it. She loves to push your luck. I love rolling dice. Highly recommend. It's a top 5 game for me. Was it released last year or this year? I forget. It's a top 5 game regardless of what year it is. Collected Camel says, as a somewhat newish LA transplant, am I supposed to root for the Dodgers now? You know what? I believe you're from the East Coast. Eclectic, whatever team makes you happy, root for them. But I always say, whatever city you're in, you can always do the whole, hey, I'm going to root for the hometown city, just as local support, right? So, as I always say, the more Dodger fans, the better. I'll catch up on comments after this. I'm going to finish out the list here. So I'm getting a little, I can feel a little in my throat. I'm going losing a little bit because I've been yapping for an hour and a half. I appreciate y'all. Let's move on to my number 4. This one was definitely a favorite of mine this year. It is Furnace. Oh, we talk about a couple of different engine builders here. This one does something so smart in that I love this. It's added like this auction style element to it, where you're trying to. Let me see if there's any gameplay. Here it is. Everyone has different tokens, and you're going to place this card to place in your tableau, which your engine. Or do you want to lose it on purpose in order to get the immediate benefit up here at the top of the card? That's your choice. I think it's wonderful how they do this. And then when you put them in your tableau, you're going to run your engine, get resources to build more points and to score more victory points, blah, blah, blah. The theme is interesting. It's, turn of the century furnace. You're trying to, run your engine, and you can talk about pollution stuff. You have asymmetric player abilities. Oh, my goodness. A top 5 contenders. So for this year, I think it is outstanding. Love it. Oh, Slivers, by the way, I forgot to cash in some. I want to thank you for spending the bits, because Betty the Bit Spare's here to absolutely trash Ruel's voice. Thank you, Slivers, for your continued support. Hello, friends. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Bye. Thank you. Thank you so much, Slivers, as always, for this the bits. Hydrate. I'm going to hydrate. I'm running out of water, folks. I may have to refill water and come back and maybe get a snack, because I want to unbox some games with y'all too. So yeah, Furnace. We will talk about Furnace. Okay, we talked about Furnace. That's number 4. Excellent game, outstanding game. What am I talking about? Number 3, another. We talk about this game a ton, so we'll go over it briefly, but it is one of my favorite games of the year. One of my favorite games of recent memory, actually. It's Cascadia. Flat Out Games, but again, picked up by AEG. Gosh, AEG, y'all should sponsor me sometime. Kidding, of course. They sponsored Tabletop Live Network as our raid leader. Cascadia, tile laying game, Pacific Northwest. Beautiful, Beth Sobel art. Different scoring conditions. You can change every game if you'd like. And it's got the spatial element. It's got that double tile laying thing, which is awesome. You lay a tile, then you lay animal tiles on top of those. We've talked about it a bunch. Hey, Duchess in the house. Thanks, Duchess, for the compliment on the shirt. Yeah, representing Master Goblin Games. Cascadia is my number 3 that I played last month. Outstanding, and we've had some love shown for it in the chat here already. So thank you, friends. Number 2, a game that I played. Okay, so the next 2, my top 2 games that I played this month. I played at Dice Tower, Autumn Spectacular, but they are not new games. They are old games, and this is the oldest game on the list. This game is, wow. Okay, this game's 22 years old, folks. It's Raw. From The Good Doctor, Reiner Knizia. Oh my goodness. I hadn't played this game in years, a few years. And then we played this as part of the Autumn Spectacular. They announced that it was one of the games for the World Series of Board Games coming up next year. I forgot how much I love this game. The Good Doctor. One of the best auction games I've ever played. It has set collection. Like any other Knizia game, it's easy to pick up, but there's a ton of strategy that goes behind that is revealed during the gameplay that people find surprising. I found surprising the first time I played it, but so good. I'm not going to talk much about it because you just need to play it, folks. You haven't already. It's an auction game, so if you're not into auctions, maybe this will convert you. Because you have these tiles that you use, these numbers that you use, but you give them up as you use them to bid on stuff, and other players can claim that number. And then you're trying to collect different sets of things. The theme it's decent. It's like I got this ancient Egyptian theme, I guess, where you're trying to collect different things. The gameplay is outstanding. I forgot how much I love this game, folks. It is so good. Yeah, Raw is so good. Amazing. Highly recommend. I'm trying to think what else I can say. Knizia is one of my favorite designs. Hey, there's a cat. Look at that. Who posted this? Damon. This is Damon's cat, apparently. And these are like the fancy bits. We actually played with these fancy bits on the stream. I think these used. I don't know if they're still there, but on BGG. But this game, unfortunately, is out of print. I need to find this game. If anyone can hook me up with a copy, let me know. Whisper me, and we can negotiate or talk about it, because I want to have this game in my collection, but it's been out of print for years, which is a darn shame. You know, it really is. This game needs to be in everyone's collection. But okay, so friends, that was my number 2. What's my number 1 game on my list? Glad you asked, but let's do glad you asked, Ruel, but let me review first. So these are this is Ruel's wrap up. I do this once a month now, where I rank the 29 game, where I rank the games I played in the previous month. I played 29 different games in October. These are the 29. Let's just do a quick review. 29, Candyland with the BGG variant. 28, Echoes the Cocktail. 27, Flapjack Flip Out. 26, Celsia. 25, Trick or Treat the Aftermath. 25, Alien Fate of the Nostromo. Is it Nostromo? Nostromo. 23 is Roll to the Top. 22, Neoville. 21, Golem. 20, Lizard Wizard. 19, The Adventures of Robin Hood. 18, Holy Festival Colors. 17, Night of the Ninja. 16, The City. 15, Super Mega Lucky Box. Praise be. 14, Verdant. 13, Birdwatcher. 12, Number 9. 11, King Domino Origins. 10, The Night Cage. 9, Luna Capital. 8, Bullet Heart. 7, Cartographers. 6, Whirling Witchcraft. 5, Cubitos. 4, Furnace. 3, Cascadia. Number 2, Raw. So, my number 1 game I played this month, an all-time favorite for me. This game is the one that sort of like when I got into the hobby, I played gateway games at that point. I'd played a few like a little more complex games. This one at the time just blew me away in its epic scope, yet it was easy to learn how to play, and I just loved everything about it. It is Blood Rage. Still a perennial favorite for me, and the reason why this is the number 1 game in my list this month is I was fortunate enough to play it with Sam Healy at the Dice Tower. And we've all watched Sam for years. We all know this is his favorite game of all time. Meeple Conrad, I was fortunate to play him a game online with him and Bonzinator probably last year. And I love everything about this game. It's big and epic, but it plays in 90 minutes. It just has this really epic feel to it. It's funny. I like to talk about how the progression of like card drafting goes. Like if someone wanted to learn card drafting, I would say, hey, let's play some Sushi Go. Then the next game after that, they played a bunch of Sushi Go. Let's play Seven Wonders, card drafting. Then they played that a bunch. Then it's like, the next game on the card drafting list, Blood Rage. And that's pretty much how I did it. And I like to think that's how I would teach other players. I'm a big fan of Eric Lang. This game has those moments where in like a bunch of his games where you have like, you do stuff, then like towards the end of the game, you have these big moments. This one is like that. When we're all in just battling over the different provinces. Oh, so good. Area control, card drafting. It's interesting because everyone starts with the same player board, but depending on what you draft, your player powers and stuff are gonna vary, and I really like that, how you build. Each player is gonna end up playing the game differently depending on what cards you draft. Absolutely love this game, 100%. Love it. Stacy Everdale says, "Oh my gosh, currently only $599 on Amazon." I picked mine up used at a local convention years ago. I was very fortunate, but so good. Collect the Camel just remind me another one I need to get painted. Yeah. Jess was asking about Candyland. Yes, Candyland was on my list, Jess. Michelle and I found a BGG variant where it made the game better. It's Candyland, but you add meeples to the game. Everyone gets 6 meeples. You have to get all 6 to the Candy Castle. But you're using the cards rather than just drawing and playing. You get a hand of 6, and it's a hand management game where you can draw cards, but you don't, or you play cards, but you don't draw them. You only draw if you go backwards to a space with other meeples. Depending on how many there are, that's how many you're going to draw in the back in your hand. Oh, it's a clever implementation. We really enjoyed it. So that is Candyland. That's one of the games. Blood Rage, folks. Oh, love it. I'm so happy I got to play it with Sam, and always a game I really enjoy. Um, I'm going to take a quick break, but I'm going to be back. I want to unbox games, folks. Um, I've got three games that I'm going to unbox for y'all. One of them, actually all three of them I'm super excited, but I think one y'all appreciate is called Bitoku from Devere Games. It just showed up the other day. I want to. It's a beautiful game. I want to unbox it with y'all. Give me like 5. I'll be right back. And thanks again for hanging out. Keep chatting amongst yourselves. I want to talk about more games when I get back. All right. So let me go here, and I'll be right back. Thanks, friends. Hello, friends, and I'm back. Thanks for your patience. Just hanging out here, talking games, and I'm going to unbox a few as well. I'm going to catch up on chat. Y'all have been really patient with me. Appreciate it. Good to see everyone here. Oh, Gil Goose is here. Hi, Gil. Let me see. How far back in chat should I do now? I'll go back here. Okay. As far as chat is concerned, let's see. Oh, by the way, have a great lurk, everyone who is lurking. Um, Feel free to hang out, and I'll go on for another like 15, 20 minutes or so. I'm going to unbox some games. We'll chat. Go have a nice lunch if you need to do your thing. And let's see. Silver says, I want to see Ruel do a top 5 or 10 tile drafting, given all the that would be tough. Oh, right now, top of my list is Cascadia. I love that game. I want to play it more. The one that I feel like could really rise up. There's Verdant. I need to play that more. Calico still a favorite. Luna Capital is excellent. Luna Capital is definitely on there. Overboss. I love Overboss. I feel like Overboss is probably a little more casual gamer or gateway gamer friendly. But there are some things in that game that can really increase the complexity as well. So that's on the list. Oh, so good. Okay, what else? Yeah, people price gouging Blood Rage, which is a shame. That game is so good. Jess said, I thought it would be Candyland since October's Candyland here in the States. Yeah, that was part of the reason why I did that. It was funny. I sent a message to friends that I know have children, and I was like, "Do y'all have Candyland?" And, one of my friends didn't. One of the other friends I had actually lent their copy out to another couple, or I think relatives that had kids. And by the time they got it back, I just went down to Target and picked it up for like $8 or something, which is funny because I went to. So I went to what's it called, a Target to buy Candyland. So I look on the app. I do I love this about shopping these days. You can go to the app at Target and just like pick stuff or buy stuff online, and you can just pick it up. They'll drive their park and they bring it out to you. Oh, I love that service. So I did that. I'm like Candyland, $8, and then it had a coupon and it said 25% off any one game or toy. I was like, I don't want to use this 25% off an $8 game. So I was like, oh, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. It was marked down to like $32. And then with the 25% off, I think I got it. Somehow I got it down to like $21 or $22. I was like, okay, I bought Candyland, and yes, I bought Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition as well. Couldn't resist. Let's see. Stacy missed most of the beginning. Was there any on his list that he didn't like? Yeah, Stacy, for the most part, I liked all the games last month. They're just, various levels of like. Yeah, serious question. Where is that Topo Chico? It's muy delicioso. Need that sponsorship. Let me see. Yeah, that's true. Yes, Gil. That's definitely. It didn't really vibe with me, Golem. I recognize just from a mechanical standpoint, mechanisms wise, that game it's brilliant, like the other Italian dice games, but it for whatever reason just didn't jive with me. And again, I did play it on my body clock. It was 5 a.m. Out in Florida. It was 8 a.m. It was a bit early for me. Let's see. Got a view of Luna Capital. Yeah, Luna Capital definitely recommend. Yeah, that's true. Never got the LaCroix sponsorship doubt Topo Chico. That's the sad reality of it. Collected Camel, your Rahdo stream was pretty rad. You told, oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that, Collected Camel. Totally had the better list. What did we talk about yesterday? Oh, the Kickstarters. It's always interesting to me to see, because Rahdo he obviously has his taste in games that's very different than mine. But we really, I think what I enjoy about it is for me personally, I love talking to him because he's such an encyclopedia of board game knowledge. That guy is really just has this amazing ability to like recall games, from top of that he's played years ago. Like I play games, I forget about them next week. he'll talk about games that he's played years ago. He remembers, oh yeah, I remember this mechanism and I remember that. I'm like, wow, I remember the theme maybe of games that I played like 3 weeks ago. Oh, it's so smart. He's a sharp guy. And the thing is too, getting him to know him off camera as well. He's just I really appreciate like how smart he is from a technology standpoint. I've been doing Twitch for like how long now? 8, almost coming up on 2 years. There's still things that I don't know how the heck to do. He figured it out this last week. He just spent the week learning Twitch, and he's got all the cool things, bells and whistles, and he was teaching me some behind the scenes stuff as well. Just a brilliant guy, and it's no wonder why he's been so successful in what he does. Let's continue here. Catch up on chat. I sound like a doctor. Thanks for your patience. Yes, we are all patients here. What's the deal with Luna Capital? It is, I believe, on pre-order now. So I remember I saw the game in person and got a demo copy from DeVere at Gen Con, and they said that the only copies in North America at the time were at Gen Con because all the shipping stuff. So they had maybe a couple of hundred copies. They didn't sell out, but then they took them. I think they're taking. I don't want to put words in their mouth. I think they're taking a PAX Unplugged. So you can I'm pretty sure you can pre-order. Let me take a look right now. Luna Capital game 14. Let's see if you can order it right now. It's on pre-order at Game Nerds. Yeah, so it's on pre-order right now. Pre-order, the list price is $40, and the Game Nerds has $31.97, but it's a pre-order. You can pre-order it Miniature Market as well. Yeah. Oh, Stacey, you're giving me a PAX Unplugged? Awesome. I am still working out some plans. I really want to go to PAX Unplugged. Try to make it happen right now. Actually, I've got a couple of emails that hopefully will answer my question as far as PAX Unplugged. Oh, by the way, I got some more water. I'm trying to be good about my hydration. I also got this snack. A friend of mine gave this to me, friend of family. Actually, my friend and his wife, they asked me and Michelle to be godparents to their daughter a couple of years ago. So these are the friends that I saw on Halloween. Got to see my goddaughter. So cute. They're all dressed as minions. But anyways, they gave me this thing from Costco. These chocolate French crepes. It's like this little miniature. I look at it like it's like a miniature crepe filled with chocolate. I don't know if y'all can see that. But I've been eating these. They're a little bit on the sweet side for me, but I like them. They're delicious. So hey, random French crepe company. It's Saint Michel, French biscuits since 1905. I will gladly sponsor. Très bien. I don't know. That's all about all the French you're gonna get from me. But we could do like French Spanish thing. Es muy delicioso. Okay. Yeah, totally next sponsor hunt, right? I got games to unbox, folks. Let me do a little quick on-the-fly banner here. Unboxing 4 games. Hey, that didn't work. Unboxing 4 games. Add banner. There you go. What I'm going to do next is get this thing here. I'm going to unbox these games, folks. This one from DeVere, we'll save for last, because this, people have been saying, Rahdo did a run through, was it Jesse from Quackalope? But I think Rahdo had said this is basically a, God, I forget y'all who know anime, let me know the big studio that does the anime. It's basically that meets a heavy Euro game. It's supposed to be absolutely gorgeous, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to see what this looks like in person. But I'm gonna move this to the side right now. Oh, do I have my green screen camera? Oh, I do. Oh, cool. Forgot all about that. I've got a couple other ones here. I want to shout out Weird Giraffe Games. Carla was so nice when I met her at Gen Con, and she gave me a copy of Tumbletown and a few other games from the Weird Giraffe catalog. But she was just so kind, and I've been a fan of hers for the last couple of years because as a game designer, she like shares a lot of like quote unquote how the sausage is made, and she has blogs and she'll talk to like other designers and have them share their thoughts. I think it's just a really cool thing that she does. And even though I'm not a game designer myself, I'd love to see, hear about other people talking about how they make these games that we love so much. So it was really nice to run into her and like really, we had a good conversation. And also, this was a really neat moment at Gen Con where after I'd met her that one day, the next day, I had a certain breakfast spot that I went to, which I totally forgot the name of, but it was down the street from the hotel I was staying in. I would go there every morning, get there early, have a breakfast, a big breakfast, so I can be fueled up for the day. And the one time I went, or a couple of times I went, and then the one time I went where there was like a big line, so there's only seating at the what do you call it, not the bar, but the counter. So I sat there and I sat down. I was just about to order, and a gentleman came up to me, and I'm so sorry, I forget his name. I think it was Michael. He was like, "Hey, Ruel, would you like to join Carla and us from Weird Giraffe?" And they had a table. They had an extra seat open, and I thought that was so kind of them. And of course, I took them up on it. I had a wonderful breakfast with them. Again, got to know their team a little better, and it was just so nice of them to do that. It's always nice. I don't mind eating alone. I've done it, plenty of time throughout my lifetime, but it's always nice to, have a meal with someone else. To me, that's what eating a meal, sharing a meal with someone's all about. It's just very, very kind. So anyways, why don't we open that up first? This is Tumbletown, a dice game by Kevin Russ. Folks, have you heard of Kevin Russ before? You may have. He's the genius behind Calico and some of those other awesome tile laying games. I believe he was also involved with Calico and Overboss, I believe. He had a sign. Had him. James says Carla is nice from videos. I agree. In real life, she was so kind. And again, I'll never forget them inviting me over for a breakfast to join them for breakfast. That was a very, very nice thing they did. Okay. Cyril Ghibli, thank you so much. Yes, there it is right there, folks. Y'all got that. Thank you. That's what we'll be showing that as soon as I'm done with these. Book and Earth also trying to make it to PAX U. Yes, fingers crossed. Next sponsor, yeah. Real Gabriel, will you let Rahdo know that from the community, please? Know what? I'm sorry, Rahdo. Oh, Rahdo's great. Love Janice. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for the kind words, friends. I appreciate that. I'll let Rahdo know. Tumbletown. What is this? I haven't played this yet. I've heard good things. Have y'all played Tumbletown? Let me know. These look like player boards or storehouses. Right here. This is why I was excited. I love dice, folks. Look at all the dice. All the dice. You had me at dice. Cards, score pad. Yay, baggies. Always happy to be. Is that a cactus meeple? Oh my gosh. That's awesome. Love me the meeples. Yeah, Stacey Ariel, you know me so well. You see dice, I see dice, I'm happy. Then the cards, the ones I'm assuming those are different ones you're going to score. So that is a quick unboxing of Tumbletown from Weird Giraffe Games. Shout out to Carla and her team for hooking me up. And oh wait, what? Oh, there's a solo. Oh, okay, yeah, we're playing this solo, folks. So I've been thinking. What do y'all think of doing I was thinking about doing solo Sundays, where I do a stream where I play a solo game, and then we all like sort of play solo games together. Just I'd hang out, do solo games for an hour or two, couple of hours on Sunday mornings. I'm trying to change things up as far as streaming. I normally my hard rule is no streaming on the weekends. Weekends are for family time and taking care of errands, but I'm thinking about sort of shifting. I'm very fortunate I can shift schedules around where I would stream Sunday and I would probably take off like a Friday, Saturday. I would shift my weekends. Anyways, let me know what your thoughts about solo Sundays, or maybe I'll do solo Saturdays. I don't know, but one time on the weekend maybe, and I'll just shift my weekend around. I used to do me, myself, and Mondays, which was sort of like my solo stream on Mondays. But I got recording. I do recordings now every other Monday, so that's changed it up. But let me see. No, I was. Oh, you're okay. Eclectic Hammer says no. I was about to start doing solo Sunday mornings. Okay, you got it, buddy. What time are you doing? Maybe I can do mine afterwards if I go. Kimmy says, yes, please. I rarely buy games anymore that don't have a solo mode. Yeah, I just think it'd be neat to do like a, while I'm soloing game, either we play the same solo game together and then afterwards we compare scores or whatever, or experiences, or we can just, just as a hangout, I'll solo Tumbletown. You can do me soloing, whatever, Tiny Epic Galaxies, and we just sort of share. I wanted to do that. So let me know what y'all think about that. Stacy is down. Cool. Let me see. Collector Camel, what time are you rolling on the? What time are you doing your Sunday solo streams? Let me know. You could whisper. We could just talk on DMs or whatever. Maybe we could work something out where I could raid into you or you raid into me or whatever. But okay, so that's Tumbletown. Shout out to Weird Giraffe. Let's get on to the next one that I want to open. We just talked about this one, Night of the Ninja from Brotherwise Games. Another tie-in to Brotherwise Games. They had sponsored a stream months ago for Overboss, which I love that game, Overboss, as well. Tile laying game. Kevin Russ had a hand in it. But this one, Night of the Ninja, a game that like Sliver said earlier, can't believe it. Who am I? I actually like the social deduction game. I really believe it's because of this gentleman here, Justin Gary, designer of Ascension, Shards of Infinity, former Magic champion or professional player. So he got like this. He took the card play and put it into a social deduction game, which I prefer, rather than just straight up like Mafia or Werewolf, which I'm not a fan of. Even like Secret Hitler, not a fan. Just not for me. And yeah, if you like those type of games, nothing wrong with that, folks. It's just for me and not my jam. But this is more my jam because of the card play. So here's cool. Ninja token. Oh, these are the point tokens. Yes, little shuriken. Those are victory points. And then you have these. I love. I'm gonna pop one out just to show y'all. So this plays 11 players. What this does, and I can show it on the little big screen here. These are if it's up like this upright, they have little stands in here somewhere. Here they are. I'll do the whole thing. Little standees, right? So this means you're still alive when it's standing up, right? Standing up, it's alive. But at the same time, it's a neat little player aid. So these are all the phases in the game right there. And if you watch me before, you know how much I rave about player aids. I don't care how simple or complex the game is. Every game should have player aids, folks. And this gives you all the phases right there. And when if someone kills you, they knock you out. You just knock down your player aid like that. Here is the token bag, and here are the cards. Yeah, I got to show you this game. I really enjoy this. And this is interesting. So here's okay. Zaltheos, Isathelios says, I'm actually the opposite. I felt like this game took away from the social deduction and was not a great card game combined with a not great social deduction game. That's interesting. That's fair. And perhaps that's why I liked it, because it was a little bit more of a card playing game rather than social deduction. I'm okay with that. Again, it's not for everyone, but I liked it because you do this like Citadel type play where you're going to play cards in numerical order. You can look at another player's house card with the spy. And again, there are different numbers. Like this is spy 6, spy 5. So that breaks ties. If we both played spies, I'd be able to play my spy first if I was 6, right? You have the Mystic, look at the house card of another player and a ninja card of another player. So these are the house cards. These are your actions and stuff. Your house cards are, again, chosen at random. Let me open this one up. And these are dealt, randomly to all the players. So this is what you keep secret. Well, you keep all your cards secret until you reveal the house cards, or the ninja cards. But the house cards, someone's going to be Team Lotus. Someone's going to be Team Crane. So you don't know who's who, but you will use the action cards to get to figure those out, to figure out who's who in the game. And then what I love about it, so here's the thing why why I enjoy this type of game. It's quick. It's not too long. And I really enjoy the card play. Here's a blind assassin. You just straight up get to knock someone out of the game. And depending on when these cards trigger is a really interesting thing, right? So you'll trigger. Well, blind assassin doesn't come till later. So there is a way to spy and use the mystic and figure out who's who. Then by the time a blind assassin comes by, you can kill them off. But other players have the same designs as you do. So it's a fun game. It's light, which I enjoy. And again, it could be the group of players you play with that could play in the experience. I had a wonderful time with the Brothers Murph on their live stream with Bonzinator, Paula Deming, and the designer of the game, or the head of Brotherwise Games, Johnny O'Neill. Really super nice guy. Okay, let me throw this stuff in the trash here. Here's this. This goes here. And I'll punch it off screen later. But yeah, the shuriken, basically whoever survives around, if they're their house, every team player of the house. So if House Crane survives, like they have the number 3 House Crane, and say it was number 3 and a number 1 of the other house. What's the other house? Whatever they're called. The number 3 Crane would win. Everyone on Team Crane will randomly draw one of these shuriken. They're worth different victory points, and first to 10 points wins. So it's got this team element where you want your house to win, but at the same time, you're trying to win individually, whoever has the most points. So I think that's what I like about it. Collected Camel, most social deduction games were like way too much on social guessing. Yeah, and that's I think that's my issue with it. It's like it just straight up we're gonna lie for whatever reason. It's funny because I always thought that I would enjoy social deduction games because I love playing poker. I'm a poker player, have been for many years. Don't really play it much anymore. But poker playing is all about bluffing. Every single there's a big element of bluffing in poker, right? Let me back myself up. Depending on the type of poker you play, it's a big element of bluffing. But it's not just there's a method to the madness basically, and I feel like social deduction games a lot of times is just madness as far as lying or bluffing goes. Whereas poker, you tell a story at the poker table. Oh, I bet this much at a certain point in the game, a certain point of a hand, and now I'm creating a story. Oh, Ruel probably has a strong hand here because he's betting a certain amount, and then at the end of the hand, when I hopefully if I win the hand, then I have successfully pulled off a bluff. Or maybe I haven't been bluffing. Maybe I've had that strong hand the entire time. So I thought that type of bluffing would play into like social deduction games. And in my experience, I've found that it just hasn't. It just hasn't. Hey, Stacy, thank you so much. Have a great day. I will check your DM. Thank you so much for that. Sam Proof is another one that doesn't go for those games at all. No worries. Yeah, it seems like, okay, I'm a no-go. Yeah, it seems like a lot of y'all, we're all on the same page. Yeah. It's funny. So Isaac Theolis, we talked about how they don't like this particular game, but they actually love the party game of Mafia. Yeah. And Mafia, Werewolf, those games are super popular at conventions. I mean, you see, big groups of them playing them. Again, it's just not my style of deduction. Not bad at all. I mean, it's just not my jam. Let's see. Shadowhunters is also favorite. I have not played Shadowhunters yet. Jess, thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful day and have a great stream. If you go live soon, we'll raid you. Let me see. Murder, Deception, Murder, Hong Kong, outstanding. That's the only one that makes me curious. I really enjoyed that game. I feel like that one, yes, Collecting Camel agreed. Before this came up, I really enjoy that one because it's that whole like you're trying to solve a case, right? And it's just the bluffing in that one made sense to me. Again, I'm not a big fan of these games. Maybe I don't know what the heck I'm talking about, but we all have our particular taste. So let me see. Okay. We're done with Night of the Ninja. We're gonna finally unbox Bitoku. So this goes here. Now this next one's a beast. It's gonna take up a bunch of room here. So this game is heavy, folks. I don't know what the heck is in here. It is heavy. David Churchy, what's up? German Herman P. Milan, Edu Vowels, and David Churchy. Oh, there's a promo? Is this a promo? Maybe this is a promo copy, probably a reviewer's copy. So let's open this up. Again, don't do this at home. Be careful, you know. Be careful with the blades. I'm always worried I'm going to cut myself because I'm not the master of multitasking. I can see myself talking and doing unboxings and then cutting my wrist open here or whatever. This is a game 1 to 4 players, 120 minutes, 14 and up. So it's definitely more of a. Oh, that's what it was, like a Studio Ghibli meets a Vital Lacerda game. That's what people have been saying. So here we are. Toku. Put this here. Yeah, collecting Gamma. I'd love to play Shadowhunters. We'll do it at a con sometime. Big old rule book. How many pages is this thing? Wow, they ain't messing around here. 30 page. Actions. Okay. Reglamento. Hey, it's Espanol. All right. Is Devere located in Spain? I forget. Okay. Here we go. The Great Path of the Spirit. So are these player aids? They are. I love you, Devere. Game order summary. Have all the different tiles. Yay. The essential final scoring. I'm telling you, folks, you put a player aid in game, it makes me happy. The only thing that makes me happier than a player aid in the game is a game that's colorblind friendly. Tontaloris in the house. Hi, Tontaloris. Here's all. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. Okay. First, I'll save the bits for that. This board is ginormous. Ah. Wow. I can't fit this board on the table. 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of this board. Oh my, and I love this board already, friends. Oh my goodness gracious. This board is gorgeous. It's beautiful. It's got the double layered, so you can slot things in easily here. Wow. I'm blown away by this board. And it's double-sided. You have your victory point track going along the outside of the board. Look how big this board is. I can't even fit on my camera. Wow. Got all the dice placement sections. So this double-sided, I'm assuming for obviously for different number of players. Oops. Did I just rip part of it? I did. Oh, it just came off that. Okay, cool. We're okay. Dice. Yeah, it reminds me of Gugon board, right? Some dice, baby, as Little Ice would say. Here's some more stuff. Bunch of plastic baggies. Always happy to see that. Little cards, big cards, or ticket to ride size, standard size, bridge size cards. Kitsune. Here's all the stuff we're going to punch out, and some of it's already falling apart here. I'm assuming player boards, or this is going to be a table hog. Oh my goodness gracious. I wonder why it was so heavy. All the tiles too. Yay. Give you a little close-up of the art. I mean, it really is a gorgeous game. Yeah, Studio Ghibli-esque game. That's right. I'm not up on my anime. I need to talk to my niece and Lauren, my stepdaughter. They know all of that. So I need to ask them to fill me in on the details. Here's all the little tiles and with the different numbers. So it's going to be a dice placement game. Is that correct? I've only heard good things about this. I don't actually know what the game is about, but it does look gorgeous. Okay. So I'll put these back in the box. For now, I will be punching those. Oops. Did I just start punching? I don't know if that's all the way. That's sort of messed up. Okay, better. We have the big ginormous board. Let's look at some of these cards, shall we? Has anyone played this game yet, or do y'all know what this is about? Yeah, tons of cardboard, right? Tons of cardboard. Okay, let's look at some of these cards. Okay. This one. Kitsune. Kappa. Yeah, sorry about the colors, folks. I didn't have time to adjust my. Actually, I'm always bad at these overhead shots. Oh, that one looks cool. That one looks fierce. Yeah, really, really neat art. Kitsune. Hey, Bruno. Bruno the pug just showed up. Wondering what all the trash on the floor is about. Bruno, you want to make an appearance? I'm sniffing around, looking for Benny. Okay. So these are, I don't know if these are. Yeah. Me Hammer Time. Hi, Me Hammer Time. Here's the backs of the cards. Really pretty game. Hey, Bruno. Bruno. Come on, Bruno. I don't think he wants to show up today. Yo, Bruno. Okay, I'm going to do my best to get Bruno. Hey, Bruno. Hey. Oh, there's Bruno. Hey, hi, Bruno. Show some love for Bruno, folks. You know what? It's funny. Michelle is not working from home today. She's at the school. So Bruno looks for Michelle. He always goes to her office, like waits patiently at the door, opens the door, like pushes the door open and goes in. And now he comes into here and he looks for Michelle. He's like, she's not here. She's not here, Bruno. Good boy. Okay. Oh, okay. Bye, Bruno. Oh, listening while working, I had to shout out for Bruno. LOL. Cheer for Bruno. Oh, Slivers, you and your cheers. Thanks, Slivers. Bruno. Oh, Bruno just ran away. So, haha, Slivers, you didn't get me bit by Bruno this time. You spend bits, folks. Benny the Bits first shows. Silver says this game looks so busy when all the pieces are on during the game, but I've heard such. Yeah, it does look busy, right? I mean, you could tell just by this little portion of the board, but man, it's beautiful. I'm so curious to play. I'm really to try this out. But a handsome boy. Thank you so much, friends. Bruno is the best boy in the world. That is, not that I'm biased or anything, but he is the best boy. Slivers, I'm going to try to, I would probably solo this because I know like the more complex games like this, I don't think Michelle would be into, because she's more along the lines like about an hour or so for a game is her limit. It's just her style, not her jam. But I would, if I can learn how to play it soon, I will, I've got all kinds of other games I got to play, but I will get this one to the table sooner enough. These are some of the little cards. Again, just the art I think is so neat. I have no idea what any of these symbols mean. I'll learn that during the rules explanation here, or not the rules explanation, the rule book. Okay, so I'll put those in bags. And meeples! Oh my gosh, tons of meeple stuff. Let's look at these. It looks like some eyeballs there or something. Critter meeples, folks. I'm all about the critter meeples. Some of these are not going to show up because of the green, but hey, we've got, what is this? Is this a doggo? I don't know what that is. This looks like some kind of squirrel or chipmunk or something. What is this? Lots of cool meeples, though. You can't see some of them, unfortunately, because of the green screen, so I'll put them up here. I don't know what that is. And then, these are neat. I don't know. Are these scoring markers or something? Oh my gosh. Again, these are all wooden meeples. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a ton of these. Wow, there's a ton of bits. No wonder why this is so heavy. These are all wooden. Again, I don't know if this is like a deluxe edition or because it sound. I have no idea. I should have probably asked Marcelo over there to let me fill me in on the details. Okay, so I looked at that bag. This one here. Okay, I don't know what these look like. Little happy faces. Again, very, very cutesy. You know, very cute look. That one's done. Let's look at these. These look like resources. Yeah, stones or something. Looks like these could be like victory point markers. I don't know. Again, I'm just, there's more resources. The eyeball ones. More eyeball ones. Oh, what are these? These more critters? I do like all the critters here. Yeah, so many bits. Right, here's another one. What is that? Again, maybe it's, you know, we'll figure out what it means in the rule book. It's just an unboxing, folks. Okay, I'm assuming these are like for different players, different player colors and stuff. But wow, there's a ton of these. Let's see this one. I don't know what that is. Probably another resource. We talked about the cards. Here's some more. Oh, promos. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, maybe that's what it meant on the box cover. It said promo. So it includes a promo, apparently. Cool, cool, cool. There's dice. All these meeples. This is not normally how I store my games, folks. Don't worry. I'll clean this up after the stream. I'm not going to make you watch me organize my game on the stream here. But yeah, that is Bitoku from DeVere Games. Again, it's getting a lot of early hype, and it's supposed to be a good one. It's supposed to be a heavy one as well. So the production I'm super impressed by. Super impressed by this one. I'm going to catch up on chat here. Handsome boy Bruno. Bruno is a handsome boy, yes. Hope you do this one live on stream. Collect the camera. I'll do it. Okay, cool. See so many bits. What a handsome boy, so cute. Bruno emotes. Hope you do this one live stream. Love it. Okay, I might have to see if Mandy is getting this. She probably is. No proper reboxing too, but yeah, sorry, Dutch Yoda. I haven't done the reboxing thing. But let's see. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. I'm going to find someone to raid. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. This was pretty much so something I want to do every month. Just go over the games I played in the previous month. And today I had some extra time. I want to unbox and just hang out with y'all. Appreciate it. We're going to raid someone. If I can find the raid button over here. Raid. Nope. There it is. Who's live? Who should we raid, folks? Did Jess go live? Jess did go live. We're going to go raid Jess. All right. So stick around for the raid. Thank you so much again. I'll be back probably tomorrow. There's a thing so the emails I was checking like during my quick break there, I've got a couple of things set up, and I think I might be live again tomorrow or even tonight. I might do it. Maybe we'll try the solo thing tonight. What do you think? What's today? Wednesday? It's One Player Wednesday. I love alliteration. So there is One Player Wednesday. Hopefully later tonight I'll do a solo game, and you solo game as well, and we'll figure it out. Okay. Until next time, take care, and we're gonna raid Jess. So stick around for the raid. Take care, and I'll see you later. Bye, everybody.